Hey ladies, I just wanted to pop on here real quick. Excuse my hair, I just got back from the pool. Needed a little mommy and book time all by ourselves and it was very nice. But I wanted to get on here real quick and just show you a quick eyeshadow that I did last night. My husband and I went out to dinner, so I did a little bit more dramatic eye than what I'm used to. I'm a little more subtle and I like my neutrals. But this was just a little more, let's say, dramatic than what I would normally do. And you can do this with any colors. You can bring it down as much as you want. You can make it as showy and dramatic as you want. It's totally up to you. You can make it your own. I did use 4 colors, 2 kind of transition medium colors. Now, because I was doing this a little more dramatic, I used some darker ones than what I would typically use. And then I used a darker color, and then I used a real light color. I would typically use, my favorite one to use is Sabrina. I use it all the time. But last night, since I was doing something a little more dramatic, I actually used one of our illuminators called Starlit. It's a powder illuminator. And it's just real kind of shimmery white color. And then the other colors that I used last night, my dark color was Gilded. And then I used kind of this matte, kind of purpley color called Lullaby, and then I used this shimmery purple color called Bend and Snap. So I am going to show you how I did that. You always want to start with a primer. Again, this is what I use. You can use any eye primer you like, but it totally changes the way your eyeshadow stays on and sets and blends. So you definitely want to use a primer. Just put it all over your eyelid, rub it in real good. And then the only brush that I used for this look was the Eyeshadow Everything brush. So it's not even like you need a bunch of brushes or even just R2. So I only used the one. Now, the next thing that I do that I have found that seriously helps my eyeshadow is I set the primer with a powder. And so I'm gonna use our Vanilla Dust powder. I like to use our Power Powder brush to do this just because this side, that is what Kara created it for. I'm just gonna dip it in my powder and then just push it into my eye. It just fits on there so nicely and really pushes that powder in there and just sets that primer just like that. Okay, so then I'm going to start with the lighter of my first transition color. So I am going to start with Bend and Snap, and I am going to take, this is the Eyeshadow Everything brush. I'm going to take kind of the bushier end of the Eyeshadow Everything brush and dip it in the Bend and Snap. I'm going to hold it quite a ways away from the side that I'm using. And where you first put this brush down on your eye is where you're going to get the most color. So I'm going to start at the outside of my eye, and I'm just going to, this is called a windshield wiper, and I'm just going to windshield wiper it back and forth. And I want to keep my eye open when I'm doing this because I want to be able to see this. If I close my eye when I'm doing it, I'm gonna put it too low to where when I open my eye, I'm not gonna be able to see it. So then what's the point? Okay, so this is something that it's really hard to get used to because you're just so used to closing your eye. But I'm gonna put it here first, and I'm just gonna windshield wiper it back and forth. Just real nice and easy. And it really helps, again, this is something that's hard to get used to. If you kind of come at it from above, and just windshield wiper it back and forth, okay? See that, just like that. Now I'm gonna do the other side. Again, I'm gonna try and come at it from above. I'm trying to get used to this. It is something that is a little difficult to get used to, I will say. But I have found that it helps a lot. Okay, so I just windshield wipered that back and forth. I know my shadows in here are awful. So then I'm going to go to the Lullaby, which I'm using as my second transition color. Again, these are darker than transition colors I would typically use. but I'm going for that more dramatic look because I'm going out, okay? So I'm gonna, again, take the bushy end of the brush, dip it in that lullaby, move my hand up just a little bit, but I don't want it like a pencil, okay? Again, at the end of the eye where I want the most color, and this I'm just gonna rock. They call this the rock, so I'm just gonna put it here and rock back and forth, just right here, okay? I'm not gonna go all the way across like I did when I was windshield wipering. Okay, so I'm gonna go back into that lullaby and come to this side and just rock back and forth, just like that. Okay, we're just building those colors up. Now I'm gonna take the kind of more dense mushroom capped end of my brush, and I'm gonna go into my light color. And again, this, usually I really like Sabrina or just one of those really, really light colors. But tonight I want a little more glitz and glam, so I'm going into the Starlit Illuminator. And I'm just gonna go right under my brow, right here. See how shiny that is? It's really pretty. And on the other side. And then I'm gonna go at the inner part of my eye, right here. And you can kind of take this in as far as you want depending on how much contrast you want to see with those darker colors. And then I'll even bring it kind of down a little bit and bring that shimmery on the inside of my eye. Okay, and for this I am going to bring it down so I can control it better, more holding it like a pencil. Okay, put that one in. Okay, now I'm going to wipe this off. And then I'm going to take that same tip and I'm going to go into my dark color, and I am going to use Gilded. So I'm going to go into that, and I'm just going to make kind of a V. Kind of a 130-degree angle there. Okay, and then on the other side, same thing. Okay, now, it's a little crazy. Now I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna go back to my bushy end, and I'm gonna take it and I'm just gonna make little intricate circles to blend that in, okay? Just like this, real little circles on the other side. Now, I have started doing my eyeshadow first, and you will see why in just a second, because I tend to make a huge mess on my face, okay? So I'm just gonna take this and clean that up because I blend like crazy, and I want you guys to see the without that effect. But by doing your eyeshadow first, then when you do your hack, you totally get rid of it and it's no big deal. Okay, so then I'll quickly put on my eyeshadow. I use the Hotline brush, and I use our cream eyeshadow. Again, you guys can do this technique with any color you want. You can do a smoky eye with it if you want to use those colors. These aren't quite that because they're a little more purpley, because I wore kind of a bluish purple dress last night. Do my under eyeliner. Okay. And then I'm gonna throw on some mascara. Again, I always do the bottom lashes first. It helps with my, if I do my top lashes first, I'm more likely when I go to do my bottom lashes I get little black dots up there. Okay, so that's it. I'm gonna pull this back a little bit. See if you guys can see this a little bit better. It blends out so nicely. Sorry, I don't have the rest of my makeup on, so it's not quite as effectful, but If you guys try that, it works so well. It has truly changed my eyeshadow game. I was not good at eyeshadow. I'm still not great at it, but I'm getting a lot better. So there is a quick tip for you guys to try it. Let me know how you like it.